Hey guys, Daniel here, welcome back to the Motor Dan's Garage, and today we've got an exhaust upgrade on the DR. So an exhaust upgrade is not really something that I've really been after for my bike. I've done 20 odd thousand Ks on it now just with the stock exhaust and I haven't had an issue. I quite like how quiet it is, I think the power is more than adequate and the fuel range I get is real good as well. So it's not something I really was looking at getting, and if I was looking at getting it, I was tempted by getting a G6R pipe and making that fit, which a lot of people have had very good success with. However, I was recently contacted by one of my subscribers, Peter Dawson, and he makes a pipe for the DR out of the stock pipe. Basically, what he does is he cuts off this end cap here, and he basically bashes out all the chambers in there. I think there's 3 chambers inside the pipe. And he fits his his pipe that goes down the middle there. This is a 38mm pipe, and he's got holes strategically drilled all the way down it. He's done quite a bit of experimenting with this, and this is pretty much as good as it gets apparently. It's a good bit noisier without being too loud, and he says there's a good bit of power improvement there as well. You can fit this without rejetting. It depends on your bike. He says he gets mixed results. Some people's bikes don't need rejetting and some people's do. You will always benefit from a rejet, but hopefully we'll get away without rejetting. Another reason you'd want to go for an exhaust system is to save some weight. Now this, by cutting out those 3 chambers, he tends to find he saves about 1 kg per exhaust. All exhausts are a bit different according to him. The ones that he tests range anywhere from 6.3 to 6.8 kg. And these, you can save about a kg by doing this. So you can see in the end there, basically that's his pipe that he welds in there, and you can see the weld around the cap. So he sends it out to get somebody to actually weld that, and you can see it's obviously quite a professional looking weld on there. But he does all the cutting and bashing out the internal pieces, and then he pays somebody to weld this pipe in there. So it looks pretty good. It looks stock, which is nice. We'll chuck this on the bike and see how it goes. Before I take the pipe off, I'll just start it up, let you hear the stock sound so we can compare it. As you guys all know, the stock DR650 pipe doesn't really sound like much. Very quiet, which is not always a bad thing. I quite like it. Right, we remove this side panel. We need to remove this wee cover down here too. So remove these 2 4mm Allen keys. There's just 3 6mm Allen keys to remove the pipe. 4 6mm Allen keys, sorry. Oh, that one's pretty rusty. Some good old WD-40. Remove the lower mount, the middle mount. Then the pipe should just wiggle out. Now I think it's mandatory to give the bike a start up with no exhaust on, just to hear a roar. That was way too loud. Right, we'll grab the new pipe and slap her in. Now Pete's put wee cable ties in all the mounting holes just so the wee bushes don't fall out. And the good thing about fitting a genuine pipe is you know it's going to fit up right. Pete does check every single one before he sends them out to people after they've been welded, just to make sure they still fit correctly. And he does have a jig for them getting welded as well. There is a gasket down the bottom there, which I am just reusing, and it will be okay to reuse. Sweet. Well, that is definitely not what I was expecting. That is really quiet. It does have more of a growl to it when you pop it, but the idle there is not much louder than stock. So you can see the opening holes there are quite a bit different, and there is obviously a good weight saving there. But yeah, that's actually quite surprising. Right guys, so that's the pipe out on the road. It's not noticeably that much noisier. I would say power wise maybe slightly more, but yeah, I'd say there's a bit more power there. Not scientific or anything, but there is definitely a bit more go there. 100k there. 100k there, it's not, I can't even hear it still, which is what you want. I don't want an exhaust that I can hear when I'm sitting at 100k, you know. I want to hear nothing. But you can hear it when you open up, which is good. Now Pete says he's been running his for about 3 years now without issue. He does say every bike is different, and he does notice that when he cuts open the original exhaust, he says some of them are quite suited up and some are quite clean in there, like they've been running a bit lean or a bit rich. So it really does depend on your particular bike on how it's going to perform. But that would be the same with any aftermarket pipe. Now my bike is stock carburetor, stock jetted. I have removed the snorkel from the airbox, but I have not cut any more additional holes. The only reason I moved that snorkel was because I fitted an aftermarket air filter. Sorry, an aftermarket fuse box which sits on top of the airbox. Yeah. Now I did notice a bit of popping there on the D-cell, more at low slow speeds. Pete says he did have that on his one, and he just wound out the idle mixture just another one turn, and that cured it. So I could certainly give that a shot if I decide to keep the pipe. I will need to monitor it, because if it does affect my fuel economy, especially when I wind out that idle mixture, I'll wind out another turn like Pete suggested, and if I do get an adverse effect on my fuel economy, I will have to consider my options at that stage, because on those long distance rides I do need that fuel economy, and I'd need to get at least 450 k's out of this tank, close to 500 if I take it easy, and yeah, that's what I'd really need this bike to do, and that's what I use this bike for. I can't even hear that pipe there. That's cool. Right, yo, I'll shoot home and I will give you my final thoughts on it. Well guys, let's summarise the pipe then. So I've done about 20 k's in it there. I would say there was a fractional power increase. Not massive, but bear in mind I am not my carburetor is stock. If you did put a jet kit on there, you'd probably see a bit more power there. There was quite a bit of popping on decel, which Pete did mention that would happen, and he has suggested to turn out the idle mixture screw. So I will do that and try again. It looks good, looks factory. He obviously sends it out to get welded. It looks pretty professional, the welds on there. Stainless welds as well. It's about kg lighter, so that's always a good thing, especially on these bikes. Kg doesn't sound like much, but that's basically my whole cooking set when I go camping. So you're saving that much. It's definitely louder than stock. It's not too loud though. It's certainly not what I was expecting. It's probably about the right loudness for me, to be honest. When you open it, give it the throttle, it does sound pretty beefy. Overall, I'm quite impressed with that, to be honest. So Pete charges $225 for that. You have to send him your original pipe though. So you send him your original pipe, you pay for postage out to him. He does the work, and he will then post it back to you. It's around about a 10-day turnaround at the moment, and like I said, $225. If you were looking at an aftermarket pipe, you're looking $500-600 plus at least, just for the pipe alone. So there's a massive saving there, and it looks stock, which I always like things that look like they're stock, look like they're meant to be there. Yep, so overall, big thumbs up from me. I'm going to adjust my carb and try some long distance trips on it after Christmas and see how I go. And yeah, I think that could be staying on my DR. I'll leave a link in the description. He sells them on New Zealand DR Facebook page, and if you've got any questions regarding the pipe or anything that you want to ask, pop it in the comments and Pete will be around. You can ask him there. He should get back to you there. Yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time. See you later.